What's up, everybody? This is Lola, and you are welcome to Mixtape of My Life. It doesn't matter how old you are, what musical generation you belong to, or what your tastes are in music. We all have pivotal songs that take us back to key moments in our lives. So join me as my guests chronicle their lives through music, evoking long forgotten memories and stories that have shaped or influenced their lives. Okay, so I'd like to welcome to the third episode of our show, Mixtape of My Life. I'd like to welcome James Gaston. You're welcome, James.
Thank you.
Welcome. So thank you so much for agreeing to do this and agreeing to come on the show. Really appreciate it. So let's get to know a little about James Gaston. What do you do? You're project manager currently, right?
Yes, project manager for WSP for the last 3 years.
Yeah. And prior to that, what were you doing?
So once I graduated, doing construction engineering and management at Jordanstown.
Yeah.
I went to Australia for 6 months with a few friends, and we
Oh,
travelled the East Coast, done the tourist thing.
nice.
Yeah, it was lovely, great experience. And so then when I got back home, I got a job with Northstone, doing highways, working in highways as a site engineer.
Yeah.
From that, I progressed on then into the gas industry. I was there for about 10 years with a company. Started off as a planner in the office, and then got the role of supervising the reinstatement teams out in site, etc.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then from that, I got the role of site agent, looking after teams installing gas mains.
Yeah.
And then from that, into my current role as a project manager in the water industry.
Yeah. And what's the most challenging part of your book? Do you find?
I think moving from the gas network to the water, it's all the different components in the water industry. You know, your mechanical and
Hmm.
electrical inputs and the pumping stations and all. Quite a lot of detail in that, and coordinating all the different utilities together to come with the
Yeah.
best outcome.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. But it's interesting, right?
Yeah,
Challenging.
no, it is interesting and challenging, so it keeps me on my toes.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, that's good to know. So, all right, should we dive into it? Let's start off with your first song. The first song you selected, "Birdhouse in Your Soul" by They Might Be Giants. Yeah, you said it's a song that reminds you of your childhood.
Yeah, it's not overly a famous song. I don't know if a lot of people would know it, but I suppose it's probably my first memory of music and that, and being out and about. I grew up in a dairy farm
Oh,
in Northern Ireland. So yeah, during the summer and all, we were always out helping my dad and that. So I guess this song, suppose maybe the first couple of years I started getting interested in music, this was the song playing on the radio.
interesting.
And so whenever I hear it now, it kind of does remind me of them days. I was probably around 10 years old at the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, very upbeat, very lively song. And I hear it, you hear it now and again, kind of been played, and it always kind of puts a wee smile on your face,
Yeah. But I'm curious though. Did you know, like, did you have any idea what did the song mean to you? Like, what was your interpretation of the song back then? And has it changed now? Like, have you gotten to hear different versions of? Because there's so many different interpretations of that song. What was what was it just the tune that you enjoyed then, or like have you actually dug into what the the song means based on the lyrics?
Yeah, I suppose back then it was all about the melody and the tune that
Yeah.
attracted me to the song.
Yeah, yeah.
And yeah, as you grow older, the words start to make sense. I think it's actually based on like a nightlight in your room.
Yes, it is. But you would be amazed the kind of the various interpretations that people are making of this song. There's so many references to demons and references to religion and God. And it's just John Linnell, who is one of the writers, actually said that it was just about the nightlight, like you said. And it's just amazing. Reading up on it was just, and because they use a lot of metaphors, so I didn't even understand what they were talking about. So one would think that maybe, oh, it can't be that simple, but actually it is.
Yeah, I was quite surprised when I kind of figured that out myself in my adulthood. So yeah, all
Yeah,
about a nightlight, really.
yeah, yeah. So you must have had a really fun childhood being on the dairy farm and all that. Yeah,
Oh
that,
yeah, absolutely. I had a great childhood, great parents, and
yeah.
yeah, good upbringing, good healthy, out and about, and working in the summer's day and the hay fields, etc. and stuff. So yeah, great memories.
Yeah, lots of music. They listen to lots of music as well. Since were they like big fans of what kind of music did they listen to?
Yeah, well, I suppose my music influence probably came from my mum
Yeah.
because I suppose my dad being the hardworking farmer, my mum was the kind of the music one, and she's yeah, a big Beatles fan.
Oh, nice, nice, nice. So that means you're a Beatles fan too as well, right? We can
Oh
take
yeah,
it. Okay. All right. So let's move along from let's go to the second song, right? Light the Nights by Ilan Eskeri and Andy Burrows.
yeah. A lot of people probably will know of the Snowman animated series
Yeah,
at Christmas.
yeah.
And this is the remake they did a number of years later, really.
Okay. Oh, it wasn't there. That's not the original, right?
No, the original, everybody probably know about Walking in the Air by Alan Jones.
Okay.
And
Okay.
the Snowman, it's an animated series. It's not very long. It's 20 minutes long,
Yeah,
and
I checked up on it. 25 minutes. Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
So how does that remind you of Christmas and how was Christmas growing up like? What was it? What's about the song?
Yeah, well, I suppose on the run up to Christmas, it's always played, and I suppose when you're in with your parents, in front of the fire and stuff, and it comes on, and it's such a kind of magical story of this snowman coming to life and grabbing the child and flying him over the fields and all.
Oh yeah,
Kind of
the child
yes,
lost his dog or something.
yeah. That the remake then is actually
Yeah.
the wee man makes a dog and it comes to life along with the snowman. So
Oh.
um, both songs are really really famous. The first one's probably more famous, but I really love the second one.
Mm-hmm.
Um, just it's a bit more modern and the melody and all. And I suppose now that I have children myself, I nearly make a point of watching it.
Yeah. So you watch it with your kids, right?
Yeah, yeah. I have two girls, 6 and 4. So again, on the run up to Christmas,
Yeah.
if I know it's coming on, I grab them and on the sofa with me, and we watch it and sing along, and I suppose it's kind of making the memories that I made when I was younger, trying
Yeah.
to kind of pass that on.
Funny you should say that because I find myself doing that as well. I've made my daughter watch most of the movies I watched growing up. I mean, Annie and you know all those movies. There's something about parents wanting their kids to experience that same feeling when they were growing up. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. And do they love it as much as you do?
Oh yeah, they do. Yeah, they really. It was really kind of a kid friendly
Yeah,
animation. Really popular.
yeah,
Um, everywhere in the British Isles, everybody kind of. It's really famous. So
yeah. I loved. I listened to it. It was really nice. Yeah, yeah, really nice. So I would say you're carrying on the same. Apart from the music, do you carry on the same Christmas traditions from back then? Are there some traditions that you're carrying over from your parents? Anyone in specific, like you like to mention?
yeah, just the normal. getting one of the kids to put the angel on top of the tree, and then having the family over for Christmas dinner,
Yeah.
and also just all the family traditions. Trying to keep them going, and kind of feels that you're keeping everything going the way your parents did for you when you were younger.
Yeah. Yeah. That's nice. That's nice. All right. Okay. So I think we're keeping up with time. Yeah. So can we do the third song, which is "All I Want" by Stevie? Okay, maybe not Stevie McCrorie. That's the version you like from The Voice, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, but it was originally done by Cardle, right?
yeah. I suppose the song's a famous Codeline song, "All I Want." They had a big hit with it not so long ago there. So
Mm,
as you say, I find myself, I was a big X Factor and Voice fan
mm.
back in the day, and really love like watching it. And then a song comes on that kind of triggers you, and
Yeah,
triggers a memory.
it was his audition. What it was an audition, right? During the
Yeah,
audition, yeah.
he actually won the series in The
Oh, he
Voice.
did. Oh,
Stephen McCrorie, Scottish guy,
yeah.
and he done a version of this Coderline, "All I Want."
Mm.
And I suppose at that time in my life, we just lost my uncle there to cancer.
Oh my.
Yeah, so I suppose it was a emotional time, and then the words kind of just spoke to me, I suppose, and the melody and the meaning behind it.
Mm. Were you close to him?
Yeah, he was in his late 40s just, and it was very quick. It was all within 6 months of diagnosis.
Mm.
So he was like just down the road from me, and more or less like a brother to me.
Mm.
So when I heard that song, obviously, kind of the words in it, the lyrics. All I want is nothing more to
Yeah.
hear you knocking on my door.
You can sing along. You can sing it if you want.
Oh no, I couldn't sing it. No.
Yeah. Here you knocking on my door because you'd like to see his face once more, right? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So them kind of, and then it goes on. I would die a happy man, I'm sure.
Mm.
And then if you love me, why'd you leave me? So them kind of lyrics, I suppose, at the time, it was, I suppose, my feelings. Why is he gone? Why has he been taken?
Yeah.
A good man, taken by a disease that affects us all.
Yeah.
So the way Stephen McCrorie sung that was just really beautiful, and it really struck a chord with me. So I found myself listening to it every now and again. Just to kind of, so it was a coping mechanism more than anything.
Yes, I understand. Grief, yeah, just that, yeah. But it's good that we have. I mean, that's part of the reason I'm doing this show as well because, music can help people get through some difficult times. Do you understand? So it's just good to hear people's stories and the backstory to certain songs that have helped them cope with such loss and so many other experiences in their lives. That's nice. That's nice.
Oh, absolutely. It's very, yeah, music's very powerful that way. It can relate to people and ease the suffering as such. So,
Yeah. Yeah, that's nice. That's good. Alrighty. We'll move on to your fourth song. The first time I ever saw your face. But here again is the Matt Cardle version X Factor, right?
yeah.
Yeah, but
So,
written by. But it's not. I found it wasn't actually Roberta Flack. Actually, I
yeah, Roberta Flack.
no, I think
You know,
she did a version of it, but she wasn't the original singer because I know her version. I found out there was somebody else that did it way back in 1957. Can you imagine that? So
oh,
it was her version that now made it. It was like one of those sleeper hits. So it became more famous or more popular when she did her own rendition of it. Yeah, yeah, one of those.
yeah, oh, yeah. I
Yeah,
didn't know that. I suppose Roberta Flack's the famous version of it. Like that again. Probably my mother's influence that era of music. She would listen to Roberta Flack, Dionne Warwick, and all, and that was just an amazing. Yeah, yeah, Not Gone By, and all them songs were kind of playing in the car, so I don't know if that resonated with me later in life
Yeah,
as I met my wife or not. I'm not sure.
yeah. So this reminds you of your wife, you say. And from the
Yeah,
lyrics, I thought the sun was in your eyes. Wow, powerful lyrics. Very. Uh, I'm a sucker for romance, so I'm eager to hear the story behind how you two met and how that song makes you. I mean, brings back those feelings. Yeah.
yeah. Well, we actually met just at a friend's house,
Oh,
and I was never really a big ladies' man, believe it or not. My friends would always wind me up that I was scared to talk to women and when we were out and about. So I got a
oh,
stick for that. But so I didn't really believe in any of the love at first sight or anything like this here. I was like, oh, what are people talking about, etc. But yeah, well, it was basically just that kind of a love at first sight for me. Like she entered the room and just her smile lit it all up, and it just kind of I looked at her and I was up. For me that was love at first sight. So again, during that time, the X Factor was on. Matt Cardle had done the version of it, and ever from that, I've always related it to her because that was what I felt when she came in the room, and would have sent it to her and stuff, and tried to sing it to her and all, and she would just say I was very annoying for doing it, but
so she does know that song. That every time that song comes on, it just reminds you of her, right? She knows that's like a special song for you two, right? Now.
yeah, yeah, as yeah.
That's so sweet. That's so sweet. And so, like you said, you weren't a ladies' man or anything. So that was the very first person you fell in love with. Would I say? Okay.
Yeah, yeah, no, yeah, the love of my life, absolutely.
Wow,
We're 15 years later and two kids later, so
15 years.
yeah, 15 years, yeah.
Not married though. 15 years. No, you've known her, but not married for 15 years.
Married for 9, yeah, married for 9, so
That's
10 years
long
next
time.
year.
That's beautiful. That is so beautiful. I'm a sucker for romance. That's so beautiful. Oh,
Yeah,
wonderful.
but she does say I'm more work than the two kids put together. I understand that, but we are here to annoy our wives.
Yes, yes, yes. And to death do you part. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. Okay. So I think we can move on to the fifth song. Yeah. I will
Yep.
wait for you, Shane and Shane.
Yep.
What does this song mean to you?
So this is actually a psalm. I think it's Psalm 130.
Psalm 130. Yes.
Yeah. Beautiful song, and I kind of resonates with me, I suppose, on my kind of religious journey. As a youngster, I attended. Mum and all sent me to church and all, attended church and everything.
Hmm.
And I suppose like any other teenager, when you get into your teenage years, you maybe didn't go as much, and you kind of fell by the wayside,
Yeah.
as I say.
Yes.
So once I met my wife, she kind of started encouraging me to go again and attend.
Yeah.
And the second or third week back at church, these young American exchangees were over, and they were a band, and they sung that "I Will Wait for You,"
Hmm.
and again something just twigged with me, and the lyrics and the way it was delivered. It says there, out of the depths I cried you, in darkest places I will call.
Mm-hmm.
Incline your ears to me anew, and hear my cry for mercy, Lord.
Hmm.
Um, so it kind of just resonated that, I had a good Christian upbringing. I kind of went by the wayside, but, it was
That brought you
nearly
back.
as if,
Hmm.
yeah, it was nearly as if he was talking to me saying, I'll wait for you, James. I'm here for you, the whole time, through the good,
And
through
the
the
bad.
bad.
Yes.
Yeah. I'll wait for you till your soul is satisfied.
Hmm.
And it just really did resonate with me that day. And my faith has never been stronger really since it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that I can imagine. And in these trying times, I guess it's only through God's word that we can find some sort of semblance and peace, and that just brings like a sense of peace and hope with God's word. It's beautiful. That's a beautiful one. That's nice. That's nice. Believe it or not, we're done with your 5 songs. Did that go by fast?
No, no, that was enjoyable.
It was. You did. You had fun.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that. Well, we did good. Like 20 minutes in, I'm sure. Did you expect it was going to be long? Do you think it was going to be longer than that?
Oh well. Yeah. No, I just like to keep it brief, and get.
Yeah, it was brief but quite entertaining and quite interesting. And yeah, yeah, wonderful. We'll make a playlist and send over to you. You can listen with your kids. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Thank you so much, James, for coming on the show. Thank you so much.
Thanks. Really
Yeah,
enjoyed it.
it was wonderful having you on. Thank you. Have a wonderful day and night. Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye. That is a wrap. Thanks for listening, and I really hope you enjoyed this episode of Mixtape of My Life. Don't forget to leave your comments and click the follow button. Again, link in the show notes for more information. We publish new episodes every Friday. Until next time, ta-da!